Alright, so I just wanted to make you guys a little driving video. Don't make fun of me on my manual driving skills. Like I said earlier, I'm a little rusty. I'll do a little bit through the city, and then I'll go on the highway and call it good from there. This is a very comfortable car, especially considering how small it is. I don't have too many things to say about it, so I'll probably be quiet throughout this video just so you guys can get an idea of what it's like to drive. It's a really nice driving car. I took it about, I don't know, hour and a half away. I did a 140-mile round-trip drive for an interview earlier, and it did great. I was averaging 41 miles a gallon for that whole trip. I wasn't going over 65 though, because in the owner's manual it does say to try to keep the revs below 4,000 and the speed below 65 for the first 1,200 miles. So I haven't been beating on this car too much, so it's definitely helping my gas mileage, but I generally don't really beat on my cars anymore. So yeah, here's a little bit of driving for you guys. It's a really quiet car. It's really a pleasant place to be in. The only thing I would say is these door cards are hard, but I live in Washington. I'm pretty much always wearing a hoodie, so it doesn't really bother me too much. The big thing for me though was getting one with the armrest. A lot of these cars don't come with a center console. Accelerating uphill here, it does fine. It's got enough power to get out of its own way. It's not like the fastest car in the world, but I'm sure once the motor's broken in and you can kind of beat on it a little bit, it'll be pretty fun. And, you know, it's not the quietest place in the world to be, but it's not unpleasant. My girlfriend and I have conversations in here, no problem. It's got a pretty nice sound system for what it is. You know, drives straight, it's not all over the road. I don't feel like I get pushed around by wind like I did in my old car. And I want to apologize if the video is shaky at all. I don't have any fancy phone mount or anything like that. I just have my phone wedged underneath the headrest on the passenger seat. fuse wasn't pressed all the way back in. There's like most modern cars have a storage fuse that you pull that allows the car to still be driven, but stops any of the creature comforts from working just to preserve the battery. And it wasn't all the way in, and I went over a big bump and it shook it loose. And I just looked it up, found it online, pushed the fuse back in. I haven't had a problem since then. Since I filled up, so fairly accurate. I did the math. This gauge is a little bit optimistic, is a good way to put it. It's not bad, but in reality, from my long drive for that interview, I was getting about 40 miles a gallon, and the gauge was saying 42. Kind of a busy area of town, so I'll drive through here so you guys can see what that's like. Go to the gas station and call it good there. Again, if you guys have any questions, I don't mind making any videos. I'm not too busy currently, so it's a good opportunity if you guys want to see more about this car. I will say, if you are thinking about this car, I would strongly recommend buying the manual. People have been telling me Nissan's automatics have gotten better, but their CVTs do not have a good history to them. And if you're looking for a car to last you a long time, I would look at the manual. And it's a really easy car to drive. The gas pedal is a little touchy, so I find myself revving it a little bit higher than I need to sometimes when I'm starting. But other than that, it's a really easy car to drive. All the gears feel nice. It's nice and notchy when you're going from gear to gear. that's pretty much it. I'm going to stop the video here soon. Again, if you guys have any other questions about the car, I don't mind answering them when I get a chance. But overall, it's a really nice car, and I'm really happy with it, especially considering the price. I do wish it came with the key fob. I've read online that you can add it because it does have anti-theft and all that. But otherwise, I have no complaints about the car. It's a really nice car, and I'm really happy with it. Anyway, appreciate your guys' time. Thank you.